Hi, welcome back to our channel, and today let's talk about countries that difficult. I want to put this in a nice way. Countries that most people don't really understand what's going on behind the scenes, and they end up relocating to those countries and later regret the relocation and moving there. Moving there. And of course, if you have moved there, you are not stuck. There is always a way out. And I know sometimes our brains and we get that mental breakdown to a point that sometimes we just want to give up in life. I talked to a client that was in one of these countries that I'm going to mention here today, and they were having a breakdown to a point that they were actually thinking of giving up in life in a way. I'm not saying they wanted to take their lives, no, but when you are talking to someone and you can tell that actually they have given up in life, because sometimes when you leave your own country and you relocate to another country with another picture in your brain or in your mind, and when you get to that country, it's not what you thought it was, or it's not the way you had pictured it. It's hard to go back to your country and say I gave up, because everyone around you is just going to be looking at you and be like, oh, so you went to overseas or to another country and you came back home with nothing, like. And we know how that can be bad for your picture, for your profile, for every. So it's very hard, guys, to just go back to your own country and say, you know what, I give up, I messed up. At the same time, sometimes it gets very hard to jump from that country to another country because you are tied to something. So yes, I'm making this video today to raise awareness for people that are looking to relocate to other countries, to say before you relocate, do a deep research, do a proper deep research about the country that you're going to relocate to before you put yourself in something that it's going to break you mentally, it's going to break your entire career in a way. Okay, so let's get on to it. This is from people that we talk to. This is from the studies that are out there. You can also do your own research, and this is from the rules, because sometimes we go to checking the immigration rules of the country. So whatever that I'm saying in this video, it's from the immigration rules of the country, it's from what people are saying from those countries, and it's also from policies that are set by immigration officers on those countries. So yeah, that's where we take this information from. So these are the countries that you might regret relocating to them after doing it. So before you do it, do a research. Number one on the list is United States, which is USA, US. When I was growing up at home, I think this was my dream. I used to say, I want to go to USA, I want to live there. And I used to watch movies, look at everything happening on TV, and I used to be like, oh my goodness, one day I'm going to go to this country and I'm going to have a good life there and I'm going to be on TV. I used to say, I'm going to be on TV and I'm going to be in the US and I'm going to be like enjoying life. But guys, it's not always what you picture or what you see in movies. A lot of people that went there, they misunderstood the whole situation. I would say the US is a country for people that are extremely rich in a way. If you are already rich and you want to expand, you want to be, because this country doesn't limit in a way. When you are extreme, that's this country, when you want to be rich and you have your moves and everything, it won't limit you, it's gonna expand you, you're gonna grow. So if you are already like feeling like you are very rich and you want to grow, because other countries, they have too much rules, too much laws, they limit, but this one won't limit you when you are rich. But again, if you are not extremely rich like me, you want to relocate to a country that is going to have, where you're going to have a good life, a standard living, don't think about it, because most people, they end up suffering in the US. It's very hard to end up getting your permanent residence in the US if you are a low or a medium class person. It's very hard to end up getting to your permanent residence or to your naturalization. So think about all this before you migrate to the US. And also, oh, we see it again in the movies. If your skin color is like mine, there might be a problem on everywhere you go. The shops that you go to, the places where you are allowed to buy a house compared to other places. Like, I would say sometimes you may have all the money that you want. You can afford to live in an expensive suburb. But as long as you have a certain skin color, it will be hard for you. So think again before you do those things, on what challenges are you willing to fight to prove yourself. Until, do you want that, like, challenge of waking up every day morning, having to prove yourself that you are a good citizen, you are a good person, you are working hard, you have your career, you have everything. You're gonna have to wake up every day and prove yourself. I have seen cases where sometimes even being stopped by a police is a horror movie for people that have my skin color. So think about it before you choose to relocate to those countries. Because I would say where I live right now, if I'm driving on the road and the police stop me, I'm smiling. "Huh, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" And I am not even any scared. I don't stress. I don't even overthink about anything, because I know that they might be even trying to help me. You understand that? So think about all those things before you relocate. Then number two on the list, it's Dubai. Guys, I have friends. When I was still living in South Africa, I saw them going to Dubai every day. So at some point, I felt like, okay, should I also go there? Then I did my own research. I started talking to those people that are there and asking information. Some people, they won't tell you the truth on what's happening and what do they think. I think they won't tell you the truth because they are also feeling ashamed in a way. But there are some that will sit down with you and tell you the whole truth. And when this one person was telling me what's happening around them, there, I would take my blood, my everything. I was like, wow. So you guys are living like that. So number one, what they have mentioned is that the working hours, they were so bad, like there is no rest. So this shows already that the immigrants are not protected by the laws. So when the immigrants are not protected by the policies and the laws, the worker can actually overwork them because they know that there's nothing they can do. There is nowhere they can go. They can't even report anything. And number two, your work permit is tied to your employer. That's what they mentioned. So if you lose your job, you are deported. You are out of the country. You won't even survive, because when you come into the country, you are given a work permit by that employer and you are stuck with them. You cannot change your job. You cannot do anything. And number three, they said you can live there for 10 years. Be a good citizen, no driving penalties, nothing wrong. But they made it clear that you will never get a permanent residence or a citizen. You will never be naturalized. At least with the United States, at some point there is that slim chance. It's hard, but there is a slim chance. With Dubai, they said it's impossible. So I feel like when you are relocating to another country, when you are migrating to another country, you are going there to have a life, to live there, to have your kids in that country. To, you understand, like, when I was growing up, I used to hear stories that our parents, our great parents used to move towards greener lands. They used to look for better opportunities. They use so, guys, migration doesn't start today. It doesn't even start now. Our parents, our great parents used to do it. So it's something that is there. in life, when you feel like the country that you are in, the country where you are born in, sometimes you feel like, this is not my land, this is not for me, then you can relocate and go to another country, and want to live a life there. So imagine you getting there and they tell you that we can never allow you to be one of us. You can never be a citizen here. You can never vote in this country. So you're gonna stay there 20 years and be a citizen that is not allowed to vote, that is not allowed to be a citizen. So it's a waste. So another thing that they said, okay, besides the work harsh environment and the thing, they said it's very hard to work certain jobs. So most jobs that they employ immigrants to work on is like waiters, cleaners, and care. And yeah, waiters, cleaners, and care, and maybe bartenders. But they said it's hard to get an engineering job. It's hard to get um, those other jobs that are paying well. So I would say, considering all those things, this is one of the hardest countries to live in as a person coming from a different country. So if you were thinking of, maybe you heard that there is an opportunity, you want to go there and you want to apply for that opportunity, think twice, because you might go there and waste 5 years of your life. Okay. Then number 3 on the list is Saudi Arabia. So this country lately is taking a lot of people from South Africa. I have seen some TikTok videos, YouTube videos talking about how to apply for jobs in Saudi Arabia, how to get things in Saudi Arabia and everything. And people are posting. I saw another TikTok video. A person was actually showing us their job offer and traveling all the way. When you're looking at those things, it's very nice and it's very tempting. You also want to apply for the job and you also want to go there. Okay, but now let's look behind the scenes before we get fooled by pictures and videos and everything. Let's look behind the scenes. There are laws of protecting immigrants. Their policies, they are not strong against their own citizens. So it means when a person is employing you, bringing you to the country, they have power over you and you have less power. Even if they mistreat you, even if they make you work without rest, Monday to Sunday, you cannot go anywhere to report them. You cannot do much, and your case won't be taken serious in a way. And again, it's also like Dubai. Once you lose your permit with that company that brought you in, the job is gone and you are deported again. So now we all know how many people have worked in companies and they were not getting along with their bosses. They were not okay with their bosses. It happens. I'm not saying the person is always wrong or the boss is always wrong, the companies are bad, but it happens that the boss that employed you and you don't get along and you don't work good together. I feel like you should be given a chance to say, okay, you are already here and this company, you don't like working there, so change and get another company. I have heard people in this one in Saudi Arabia saying they can get jobs like engineering, they can get jobs like good like paying jobs, and some of them they even went out to showing pay slips. They do show pay slips that they are getting paid a lot of money, and some companies they even pay for food and hotel accommodations, but also your rights are limited. Number one. Number two, the route to getting your residence is also limited. So you are tied to one employer, and that employer is your boss, and meaning he's controlling you at work and he's controlling you being in that country, you living in that country. If he wakes up tomorrow deciding that he doesn't want you to breathe anymore in Saudi Arabia, you will be deported. So that's you putting yourself under one person to decide your whole life. And you might work there for over 5 years, 6 years, and the day he decides to let you go, you are gone, just like that. So I feel like before you just jump to that, you might also consider about your long term goals. What do you want in life? Because I know we want opportunities, but at the same time, we want, like, as people, as humans, we want dignity, we want like protection, we want to know that we are safe. we deserve actually our human rights dignity. You understand that? So think about that before you just like jump to other opportunities and to other countries. Rather take your time applying in a country that you know that you will be protected and you'll be taken serious, compared to jumping to a quick opportunity that will waste over 5 years of your life. Then number 4 on the list, it's China. So China, I have never talked to anyone, but from the research that I have done, uh, China, okay, I did talk to someone. When I was in college in South Africa, we had an opportunity to go to China when we graduate. They said the opportunity was like a 2 years program, internship program, where you'll be learning, because I was doing civil engineering, you'll be learning things about building and how other things are. Yeah, they told us about all those things and how it's gonna be good on your CV, how it's gonna be good for your career and stuff. So that's when I started talking to other people that were there on the program, and I talked to some people that were there for 2 years and they had come, like, went back to South Africa. So what I found out is that they said they were not happy with the program, the way they were treated there. It was hard for them, and the working environment. I believe when you are a civil engineer, guys, you know that there are things that you're supposed to do, and there are things that are for general laborers. It's not for you. But then for them, they said they were treated as general laborers, as in my language you call it utaka boy, or in, you were treated as a general labor, but then you are not. So it's like you are all in one in that place. So I don't know if it's because that program was about that or not, but to me it raised an alarm on that. Then now when I was doing more research on other rights and everything, they said they have a system where they actually they have that racism against other cultures. So when you're living there, for you to get even a house to rent, it might be difficult, because as soon as you go for a house viewing, the person looking at you and looking at who you are, they might say, oh, the house is taken already, or what, because they don't want to find themselves living or working with you or working close to you. Same goes to jobs. Yes, some jobs they don't also employ people because of their race, skin color, everything. Then they said again, on the shops and around, like on the roads and everywhere, you might find yourself feeling out of place, because you might be working and a police officer starts asking you, are you documented? Are you, do you have a right to be here? Can we see your passport? Can you, I know how, even if I have all the right to be living in a certain country, but don't remind me every day how I don't belong here. I cannot be walking out right now, going to a shop and going out carrying my passport, carrying everything. I will end up losing my passport. I'm living here in Ireland right now for like 4 years. I don't carry my passport. I don't even carry my resident card with me. I don't carry anything, because I know that wherever I walk, wherever I go, I will be respected. I will be treated as a normal person. I will be treated as a normal human being. But when you go out in certain places in China, they say you might have to carry things to prove yourself that you are in the country and you are in the country legally. Otherwise, you might be questioned and you might end up in trouble if you don't carry things to prove that you are there. So imagine you are discriminated against getting houses, certain jobs, your neighbor doesn't even like you maybe at a certain point. So what's the use of you going there? Are you going there because you just need a job, or you going there but you're gonna suffer mentally? Because we have to worry about these things, guys. Mental breakdown is a big thing that ends up costing you more money than what you went to work for. Then number 5 on the list is Russia. Russia is a no-go zone for most people, because they, like, there are a lot of articles and studies and everything showing straight racism violence. Not just, other countries might be racist, but they will leave you alone. This one, it has violence. So if you see a person being beaten for being a certain race, just know that it's a no-go. Unless if you are strong enough to accept beating. But to me, I wouldn't accept something like that. So they have cases and they have studies and they have everything. Do your own research. You will see that their racism goes beyond just racism, it goes to violence. So if there is violence caused by racism, that's beyond the line, guys. Then number two, with Russia, the political instability, political English, guys, but that thing of politics, war, fights happening around, you are always not safe, especially as a migrant coming from another country, because it's I feel like it's not even safe for their own people. So imagine you coming from another country to work there, and they are already facing their own problems. I feel like there will be always anger around going on. And also, it's very difficult to renew your work permit. Just a work permit, you might go there with a work permit that allows you to work for 3 years, 4 years, but when it's time to renew it, you don't get the renewal. Then now what you do next? Because I feel like when you are given a work permit, you feel like you are not, but you feel like you have a right to get it renewed. Because when they are giving you the work permit, they will give you certain laws and rules and things to follow. Okay, no drinking and driving, follow the rules, not doing this, no fighting, no. Then if you do all those things right and you follow the rules, I believe you deserve, because they said we're giving you a work permit for these reasons, so don't break them. So if you don't break them, why are they taking it away? It doesn't make sense. So it's very hard to renew. If it's hard to renew your work permit, what about you getting naturalized someday? You getting permanent residence at some point? It becomes even harder. So before you relocate to certain countries, do your own research and think properly. And remember, don't always just take my word for it. Take my advice. You are a learner, not a follower. Go do your own research and do what's best for you, because what's best for me cannot be what's best for you. And what I think is right in life, it could be wrong for you, and what I think is wrong for me, it could be right for you. So this is just like an advice that I have seen and that I have researched on. So take it or leave it, but it's your own life to live. Okay, thank you for following us, and I hope to see you on the next video.